reporting on Israel's new unity government, which has committed itself to moving ahead with the Trump administration peace plan, possibly including annexation of some West Bank settlements. Well, joining us now is one of that plan's principal architects, Jason Greenblatt, former assistant to President Trump and special representative for international negotiations, and he is now a partner in the startup crowdfunding platform Our Crowd, and he joins us from Teaneck, New Jersey. And Jason, as I mentioned, we have this new unity government. Both of its leaders, Benjamin Netanyahu and Benny Gantz, have come out in principle in support of the Trump administration peace plan, including that they are going to start discussing this summer even the element of annexing some West Bank settlements. So I want to just get your reaction to this development, this new government.
Well, first of all, a mazal tov to the state of Israel. I think this new government was sorely needed. Having 3 elections has caused great complications for Israel. So very important. I'm very glad that I congratulate Prime Minister Netanyahu and Speaker Benny Gantz. I think that the government will hopefully embrace the Trump vision. I think President Trump and our team worked really hard to create a realistic peace plan, one that is actually implementable, as opposed to using the talking points of the past. And I think we've put forth a vision that greatly improves the lives of Palestinians and gives them something that if they take it seriously and come to the table and negotiate in good faith, they can create something as spectacular as Israel has managed to create over the past 7 or so decades.
Right. Now, the focus, of course, of the administration is there in the U.S., and it really has a monumental task ahead of it on how to maneuver, negotiate out of the coronavirus and into some kind of economic recovery. There is a lot of debate about it. Some criticism of the way the president is approaching it. We know Governor Cuomo is going to be there in the White House today. I want to just get your view of it. You were there, of course, in New Jersey. That is one of the centers of the, or I would almost say the epicenter of the pandemic.
Yes, look, I've been fortunate. I've been on lockdown with my family, all 6 kids, my wife, and we've been here for about 5 weeks now. I think maybe the best way I could explain it is the segment you ran a little while ago on the falafel owner, the falafel store owner. I know President Trump, I know Vice President Pence, I know Jared Kushner, I don't know the whole team that's working on the task force, but what I do know is they're working desperately hard to balance the people in our country, like the falafel store owner, those who are hurting. This has decimated the economy in the United States and around the world, really. And they're trying to work very hard to figure out what is the way to balance people like that who need tremendous help and right away, and also how to make sure that when things begin to get unlocked a little bit, it is done in a smart way and a proper way to limit the amount of snapback that we may have. I think everybody understands that if we just go back to normal, certainly in a country of our size, we're just asking for trouble. I think even in Israel you would have that kind of trouble, which is why I think how you're proceeding is very, very smart. And I think your country will be a test case for many, many others around the world, including ours. But what I do know is that the president is not trying to blanket our country with rules that don't make sense. Each state is different. Each city is different. New York and New Jersey have suffered in ways that other states in our country have not. And they are trying to very carefully calibrate what they need to do to balance the health risk and getting the economy started again.
Well, certainly a lot of tough choices, tough decisions are going to have to be made. And Jason, we've talked about the role of technology in dealing with this coronavirus pandemic. You're now involved, of course, as a partner with Our Crowd. You've just written about the role of technology in education, home education, which has become so big now. And I know, of course, you have a personal stake in that. So I wanted to just speak a little about that.
Sure. We've been lucky here, too. I mean, we have enough laptops and space to go around for my 6 kids, and our schools and the 3 universities my oldest children attend have done a remarkable job, and I think they keep them engaged and interested. And, of course, it's not a substitute for the classroom, but it's as close a facsimile as they can get. But unfortunately, there are many students around our country and others, I'm sure in yours as well, who don't have those luxuries. And I think what we need to do is, as we get out of this crisis, we need to recognize that this crisis, not to the magnitude, I hope, ever again will it happen, but we will have problems again. And therefore, we need to get on this right away and make sure that every student in our country has the access that my own kids have to make sure that when we do go on lockdown again, even if it's in isolated pockets, that they have the ability to attend school.
Right. And I just want to briefly ask you, because I mentioned you're in New Jersey, just about your current situation there, Teaneck, which has been hit by the coronavirus pandemic.
Well, I think Teaneck was very smart. Both the Jewish community here, the Rabbinical Council of Bergen County, as well as the township itself, they locked down very early. It was right after the holiday of Purim when we got an email notifying us that all synagogues in Bergen County are to close. That Motzei Shabbat, the mayor of Teaneck closed down the town. So they got on it as soon as they saw there was a problem, which is contrary to some others around that time when people finally recognized the potential threat. So while there have been many people that have been affected in the New Jersey area, I think the township of Teaneck and other towns who followed, who did the same thing, and certainly the Rabbinical Council of Bergen County, they all saved a lot of lives with their forward-leaning approach.
Well, certainly that was good fortune to be there. And Jason Greenblatt, thanks for joining us. And we wish, of course, you and all your family to stay healthy during this period.